Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, dear brothers and sisters in faith. Anxiety, it is that heavy, suffocating feeling that often sneaks into our lives without warning. It appears like a dark cloud on a bright day, sometimes settling in silently, other times rushing in like a storm. Every one of us, at some stage in our lives, has wrestled with it. It may begin as a whisper in our mind, a small worry, a lingering doubt, but it can quickly grow, wrapping itself around our hearts, pulling us down, and leaving us overwhelmed, caught in a storm of uncertainty and fear. We might feel powerless in the face of it, as though we've lost control and can't find the way out. And in such moments, it's easy to feel as if the darkness will never lift, as if we are alone in our suffering. But dear brothers and sisters, what if I told you that Allah has given us lifelines? What if you discovered that there are specific, divinely taught du'as, sacred supplications from the Qur'an and the teachings of Prophet Muhammad that have the miraculous ability to soothe the restless heart, calm the storm of anxiety, and anchor your soul in peace? Today, we will journey together through three of the most powerful du'as, rooted deeply in the Qur'an and Sunnah, that can help restore tranquility and light even in your darkest hours. These are not just words, they are divine keys to unlock peace in our hearts. Or stress, these du'as can be your shield, your comfort, and your source of strength. It's time to return to the one who created the heart, the one who knows its every beat, every tremble, and every tear that falls unseen. It's time to rediscover the serenity that only comes from trusting Allah's plan and seeking His nearness. Before we begin, I invite you to reflect. Have you ever experienced anxiety that consumed you? What helped you through it? Share your reflections in the comments. Your story could be the healing someone else is searching for. The power of dua in Islam. In our beautiful faith, Islam, dua is more than a supplication. It is a powerful, direct connection between the servant and the Creator. It's a divine conversation where we turn to the one who knows us more intimately than we know ourselves. When we are consumed by anxiety, we often find ourselves reaching out for temporary comfort, distractions, people, or even material solutions. While these things might offer brief relief, true and lasting peace can only come from Allah, the one who created our hearts and understands our pain even before we can articulate it. In Surah Al-Baqarah, Allah beautifully declares, "And when my servants ask you concerning me, indeed I am near. I respond to the invocation of the supplicant when he calls upon me." Surah Al-Baqarah 2-186. This is not just a promise, it's a divine guarantee. Allah is telling us, I am close. I hear you. I see your pain. And when you call upon me, I respond. This verse is one of the most comforting revelations for those suffering from anxiety. It reminds us that no matter how alone we may feel, Allah is never distant. He is not unaware of our tears. He is not heedless of our sighs. When we call out to Him sincerely, with hearts trembling and voices shaking, He responds, not just with words but with mercy, with comfort, and with divine wisdom. Dua is an act of ultimate surrender. We acknowledge that we are not in control, and we entrust our affairs to the one who is. It's also an act of hope, because when you make dua, you are expressing belief that Allah will take care of you in ways you can't even imagine. Have you ever felt Allah's closeness in moments of distress? Have you experienced that deep, spiritual intimacy that comes after making dua with a heart full of tears? Share your thoughts below so that we may all inspire and uplift one another through our stories of trust and reliance upon our merciful Lord. Dua number 1, sufficient for us is Allah. The first dua we turn to is a short, yet immensely powerful supplication, a declaration of surrender and complete reliance on Allah. It is, Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal Wakeel. Sufficient for us is Allah, and He is the best disposer of affairs. This incredible dua serves as a gentle but firm reminder you are not alone in your struggle. When the burden of life becomes too much, when anxiety pulls at your chest and everything feels out of control, this is the dua to recite. These simple words contain a deep ocean of faith. When you recite it, you are affirming that no matter how chaotic your situation may seem, Allah is enough. You are no longer placing your trust in your own limited ability. You are placing it in the infinite wisdom and power of your Creator. The blessed companion Abdullah ibn Madad narrated that this very dua was recited by Prophet Muhammad during moments of extreme difficulty. When he and the Sahabah faced threats, uncertainty, and fear, they would proclaim, Hasbunallahu and the Wakeel. This was not just a statement, it was a weapon against despair. It was a shield against fear. It was a means of spiritual grounding in times when the ground itself seemed to shake beneath them. Ask yourself, have you ever recited this dua during a panic attack or a sleepless night? Have you felt that instant stillness, that sense of calm after proclaiming that Allah is sufficient for you? If so, share your experience in the comments. Perhaps your story will be the anchor that saves someone else from drowning in their thoughts today. The voice you selected does not support this language. Please click the upper right corner to switch to another voice. The second dua comes from one of the most powerful moments in prophetic history. It is the heartfelt plea of Prophet Yunus, when he found himself in the belly of a whale, submerged in layers of darkness, completely alone, with no means of escape. His heart, however, still held one powerful tool, dua. In his solitude, he cried out, La ilaha illallah anta, subhaanaka, inni, kuntu, minaz-zalimeen. There is no deity except you. Exalted are you. Indeed, I have been of the wrongdoers. Surah Al-Anbiya 21-87. This profound supplication is not just a call for help. It is a confession of one's human limitations, an expression of complete humility and submission. It is also a declaration of hope and faith in Allah's boundless mercy. In this single verse, Prophet Yunus teaches us how to handle the darkest moments of life by remembering Allah, glorifying Him, and acknowledging our own shortcomings. Anxiety often makes us feel like we're trapped inside our heads, inside our fear. This dua reminds us that even in the belly of the whale, Allah can hear us. Even when we are completely surrounded by darkness, emotional, physical, or spiritual, the light of Allah's mercy can reach us. Have you ever felt like Prophet Yunus? Alone, stuck, and surrounded by circumstances that you couldn't change? Did this dua help lift you from that darkness? Share your reflections with us. Someone else may be struggling in their own whale's belly, and your experience might offer them a ray of hope. Dua number 3. For peace in both worlds. The third dua is a holistic and comprehensive supplication. One that asks Allah for success and peace in this world and the next. It is a balanced, beautiful plea that speaks to every believer's heart. Rabbanaa atina fid-dunyaa hasanatan wa fil aakhirati hasanatan wa qinaa adhaaban-naar. Our Lord, grant us good in this world and good in the hereafter, and protect us from the punishment of the fire. Surah Al-Baqarah 2-101. This dua is often recited during moments of peace, but it is even more impactful in times of anxiety. It acknowledges that our worries span both worlds, the temporary concerns of this dunya and the eternal hopes for the aakhirah. Sometimes anxiety stems from fear of not achieving, of losing something, or not being enough. This dua beautifully reminds us that our ultimate goal is not just comfort in this world, but success in the next. It realigns our focus, eases our stress, and directs our hearts back to Allah's plan. Reciting this dua during anxious moments reinforces our trust that Allah will give us what is best in this world and the next. It also reassures us that even if this dunya feels uncertain and uncomfortable, the aakhirah holds something far better for those who are patient and trust in Allah. What's something you deeply pray for, both in this life and the next? Share it in the comments. Let's uplift one another with our sincere duas and dreams. Dua number 3. For peace in both worlds, a deeper dive. Let us reflect again on this profound supplication. Rabbanaa atina fid-dunyaa hasanatan wa fil aakhirati hasanatan wa qinaa adhaaban-naar. On the surface, this dua seems simple, but when we look deeper, it encompasses every single need of a human being. Physical, emotional, spiritual, financial, mental, and eternal. This dua is not just a personal request. It is a lifestyle, a mindset, and a worldview. When you say hasana in this world, you're not only asking for wealth, health, family, or success. You are asking for peace of heart. A life filled with barakah, righteous companionship, a sound mind, halal provisions, a home that feels like Jannah, a heart free from envy, arrogance, and anxiety. And when you say hasana in the hereafter, you're asking for the greatest reward imaginable, to see the face of Allah, to be in the company of Prophet Muhammad, to enter Jannah without reckoning, to have your deeds accepted and your sins forgiven. This dua doesn't separate dunya from akhirah, it connects them. It reminds us that the two are not in conflict, but that dunya is the path and akhirah is the destination. And lastly, save us from the fire is a plea rooted in humility. We don't pretend to be perfect. We ask Allah to protect us not because we are righteous, but because He is merciful. How many of us in our anxious moments think of hellfire? When our hearts are overwhelmed, when we feel like failures, this part of the dua becomes a shield, a desperate, vulnerable, yet hopeful plea to be saved. Not just from external punishment, but from inner torment, from being lost, from being distant from Allah. This dua is the complete antidote to anxiety. It redirects your mind, settles your emotions, and connects you to both the present and the eternal future, all with complete trust in Allah's mercy. Understanding the root of anxiety in light of Azman. Before moving forward, we must understand something very important. Anxiety is not a sign of weak iman. Let that sink in. It's easy to believe that if we were stronger in faith, we wouldn't feel this way. But look at the stories of the prophets. The voice you selected does not support this language. Please click the upper right corner to switch. Prophet Ibrahim was tested with isolation and uncertainty. Yet they were the closest to Allah? Anxiety becomes dangerous not because we feel it, but because we sometimes allow it to distance us from Allah. But if we respond to our anxiety with dua, with salah, with tawakkul, and with dhikr, then even that anxiety becomes a source of closeness to Allah. It becomes a means of elevation. Sometimes Allah allows anxiety to enter our hearts, not as a punishment, but as a nudge, a sign that it's time to come back to Him. It's His way of saying, you've been too distracted. Let me pull you closer. Take a breath. Make wudhu. Say, Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal Wakeel. La ilaha illa anta, subhaanaka, inni kuntu minaz-zalimeen. Rabbanaa aatinaa fid-dunyaa hasanatan wa fil aakhirati hasanatan wa qinaa adhaaban-naar. Let your anxiety become your call to prayer, your reminder to return. Practical steps to use these duas during anxiety. You might wonder, how exactly can I use these duas when I'm in the middle of an anxious episode? Let's go step by step. 1. Perform wudu. Even if you're not in a state of major impurity, make fresh wudu. Water has a calming effect on the body, and wudu is a physical reset that also brings spiritual purity. 2. Sit in stillness and dhikr. Find a quiet spot, sit down, and begin to recite the duas slowly, intentionally. Don't just say them with your tongue, let them flow through your heart. Focus on every word. 3. Make heartfelt dua in your own language. Speak to Allah with your own words. Cry if you need to. Tell Him what scares you, what keeps you up at night. Don't filter your emotions, Allah already knows them. Be raw. Be real. 4. Breathe with tawakkul. After making dua, take deep breaths and repeat one of the duas as you breathe. Inhale, Hasbunallahu. Exhale, wa ni'mal Wakeel. This will bring not only spiritual calmness but also physiological relaxation. 5. Read or listen to Qur'an. The Qur'an is shifa, healing. Not just spiritual but emotional and even physical healing. We send down in the Qur'an that which is healing and a mercy to those who believe. Surah Al-Isra 17-82. Listening to Qur'an while reflecting on its meanings rewires your anxious brain, reminding it that the one in control is also the most merciful. Allah's names that soothe an anxious heart. When making dua, call upon Allah by His beautiful names, especially those that directly soothe the anxious soul, Ar-Rahman, the most merciful. Al-Wakeel, the trustee, the one who handles all affairs. Al-Latif, the subtle, gentle one who cares for us in ways we cannot see. Al-Hakim, the all-wise, who never allows anything to happen without divine wisdom. As-Salam, the source of peace. Address Him with these names as you recite your du'as. Ya Latif, grant my heart ease. Ya Salam, bring peace to my anxious soul. Ya Wakeel, I place all my affairs. You are not alone, a message of hope. If you're listening to this right now while battling anxiety, know this. You are not alone. But more importantly, Allah is with you. He sees your tears. He knows the thoughts you don't even speak out loud. He understands your struggle more deeply than anyone else ever could. Your du'as do. Your pain is not a punishment. It may be the reason Allah brings you closer to Him than ever before. Never underestimate what a single sincere du'a can do. Make these du'as part of your daily routine, just like brushing your teeth or checking your phone. After Fajr, begin your day with Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakeel. During the day, in traffic, at work, or while doing chores, say la ilaha illa anta, subhaanaka, inni kuntu, minaz-zalimeen. Before sleeping, end your day with Rabbanaa, aatinaa, fid-dunyaa, hasanatan. The more you connect with Allah through these du'as in times of ease, the more they will carry you in times of hardship. Subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to stay updated with more inspiring Islamic content. Like, share, and comment to support our work and spread the message. And always remember, with every hardship, there is ease. Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakeel. La ilaha illa anta, subhaanaka, inni kuntu minaz-zalimeen. Rabbanaa, aatinaa, fid-dunyaa, your soul serenity and your life barakah.